WF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace.
Eagle-eyed football here. Nottingham Forest 1, Crystal Palace 0. And I tell you what, that's probably one of the worst games of football I've seen in a long time. Because the stats may show that we had a lot of shots. But all those shots were from outside the box. All those shots were nothing shots. Granted, hit the post, and Nketiah was very unlucky not to score. Eze had a few good chances, but other than that, we had no plan B, and we just thought we'd try plan A even more, and we just didn't really get anywhere. Really and truly, I think the first 13, 14 minutes we were on top of the game. We were dominating them. We were making chances. We had the better chances up until that point in the game, but it just wasn't our day, really, was it? And then literally the second that the 15th minute went through, we just crumbled, and they had 3 chances, bang, bang, bang. Chris Wood should have had a hat-trick, 4, 5, 6 goals today on his own, because, you know, he was just there in the right place at the right time, and there was nothing we could really do about it. I don't even know what to say, really, because like just watching the highlights here, we've had some good chances, but they're all from a long range, and like we need to be making better chances. This is why our stats are so bad. This is why our conversion rate is so bad. We make all these chances, but they're all from so far out that we can't really expect to do anything from it. And it's just disappointing, really. 8 games in, not a win. 3 points, granted, it's okay. But if you look at the teams we're playing against, West Ham, Leicester, Brentford, we should have at least had 1 win, maybe even 2 wins in those 3 games alone. And really and truly, it's not good enough. What exactly in this Crystal Palace team excites us? Is it Eze? Because clearly he can't do it on his own. Is it Kamada? I think he had a good game today. He was one of our better players, you know.
He was average at best, wasn't he?
He was one of our better players out of a bad bunch, really, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He when he had the ball, he tried to go forwards. He made some good tackles, but Lerma getting booked in the first 5 minutes, I think that just set the pace. Our whole midfield just seemed very passive after that. Hughes had an okay game, but really and truly, it all comes down to our fullbacks again, doesn't it? Mitchell, Munoz, not on it at all. Eze tried to do everything on his own. And Nketiah is unlucky not to score today, but it's the same thing, isn't it? We try plan A, and plan A doesn't work, and we don't have a plan B, you know. And then, unfortunately, Agbenone, right at the end of the game, just gets thrown on and says, look, have a go. He made the same amount of key passes as Eze, Kamada and Nketiah in his 6 minutes of playing as everyone else did. Granted, it was only 1 key pass, but, you know, he had a bright spell. But you can't just throw a kid on and say, oh, let's see what happens, because Roy did that and he ended up just cussing him out at the end of the game. We need to abandon this 5 at the back. It just doesn't work. We don't have the fullbacks to play this playing style. We need to just have a back 4, make the 2 fullbacks sit back and do what they need to do. Pack out the midfield, put 3 in there, play 4-3-3, do whatever. Just find a formation that suits the players. And right now, the formation we're playing doesn't suit the players. Looking at our next few fixtures, Tottenham, Wolves, Fulham, Aston Villa, Newcastle and Ipswich. Pretty much all those teams are hot in form right now. And I think we're in trouble. I'll say it, I think we're in trouble. We have to spend big in this January if we're still within a shout, but even being within a shout is going to be a tall order. Chairman?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things wrong. I think Glasnow's stubbornness is a big one. I think the tactics doesn't work this year. The fight 3 at the back, the wing backs doesn't work if you don't press. We don't press. Going forward, I mean, we're only conceding 1 goal a game. I mean, the keeper's massively at fault today for the goal. But Chalobah's header wasn't great, but still, the keeper's got to be keeping it out. But saying that, though, they did hit the post twice and wouldn't miss a sitter. But going forward, there is nothing in the box at all. I mean, literally nothing. I think the tactics is wrong. There's no press. I can't see us winning the game. I know you think we're in trouble. I think we're bang in trouble. You know, you when you go down, you're having a bit of fight, then fine. But there's literally no fight. I mean, once we went 1-0 down today, what did he do? Schlupp had half a chance, didn't he? Didn't really hit the corner. Keeper made a good save.
That was on the pitch towards the end of the game.
And that was it, really. And it was very, very comfortable for Forest. And, apart from, as you said, like 25-yard shots, we can't work the ball in the box at all. And that is a big, big issue. Can't score. And if you're having long shots, your conversion rate's always going to be poor because you don't score every time, innit? We just cannot play 1-2s in the box, So we are banging the whole thing is wrong in all over the place. And that's got to go down to the manager. Is he motivating the players? Doesn't look like it to me. Are the players really bothered about it? I don't know. I mean, the substitutions were crazy today. Right, I know that Hughes is probably one of our better players and probably should have stayed on, but you could see him flagging. But why leave Lerma on? Since he got booked, he just did nothing, did he? Kamada, I mean, it was probably one of his better games, say, but it was still bloody awful. It gives you nothing. I know that Glasner's going to play him because he made a big deal about getting him. We're giving him 100 grand. He's not 100 grand a week player in any way, shape or form, is he? He creates nothing, literally nothing. Eze thinks he can do it all his own. Well, and when he does pass, the passing's so bad, isn't it? The one and two touch passing he does, he just lets the ball go. We have got so many problems at the moment. I really cannot see where win's coming from. We're not going to win against Tottenham, and I think if we lose away to Wolves, I think he gets a boot, and I think they've got to pull the trigger. I think they can't go on like this. I mean, we've got to go more pragmatic style. We have to, play two up front, play Nketiah up front, play Mateta, or play Sarr up front. But we've got to have more of an attacking edge. We've got absolutely nothing, really nothing. I mean, okay, we defend sort of fairly okay, but somebody makes a mistake every game, and that mistake costs a goal, and we lose by the odd goal, like we did against Liverpool, and like we did at Brentford, and West Ham, and Everton. Where just lack of concentration, lack of marking the players. It's so obvious. I mean, our only saving grace is there's 4 teams at the bottom who are equally bad. The 4 teams are already 4 points adrift after 8 games. We could lose at Tottenham. If we get a draw at Wolves, we could be 5-6 points adrift before he does anything. So I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. I mean, we knocked the ball around nicely without creating anything. The stats tell you we had 20 shots. But it wasn't like that game at all. You can have 20 shots from the halfway line. It doesn't mean anything, does it? But Glasner's got to change. I think he needs to ditch the wing-back situation. Moving Munoz to left-back was just an absolute joke, wasn't it? That really was a stupid idea. He'd be better off keeping him where he is and putting Mark over there. At least he can play left-footed.
Played left back for Chelsea.
Exactly, yeah. And take Kamada off, put Sarr on. He's got to do something more attacking. We've got no threat at all. But if he doesn't change, then we are banging trouble. And I think, yes, I'm not being over dramatic, but it's typical Palace, isn't it? We left last year thinking we're going to get to Europe. We're probably going to get relegated. Playing like this, got to find some fight from somewhere. I don't know where it's going to come from, but it's a really disappointing performance. And got to say as well, the keeper. I mean, not only did he let the goal in, which was shocking, just after that, didn't he? He was completely wrong-footed, had to kick it away when they could have gone 2-0 up. So it was pretty shocking. I feel so sorry for all them fans that travelled up there, got a 150-mile drive home now after watching that crap. But I don't know. I don't know what to do, really. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he's got a big decision now, Parish, isn't he? What to do, stick or twist. And Parish will twist if he has to. There's no two ways about it. I think he's got to Wolves. If we get nothing out of Wolves, we've only got 1 point, and I think he's sacked, and I think he can't complain about that.
Man of the match. I think, honestly, it's probably Hughes.
Yeah, Will Hughes.
I think that he played the best game.
And that would only be a 5 or 6 out of 10, and he was the man of the match. I mean, some like Kamada probably get about a 3, Henderson would get a 2, Mitchell would get. What's happened to Munoz? Munoz was so good last year, so bad this year.
Like I said to you, I reckon it's the profile of Michael Olise. He's been forced to use his left foot, and he's not a left-footed player at all. But Michael could take up that left-sided role. That's why I was saying in Transfer Weekly that the same profile of player is what's needed, not a player of similar ability. And it is what it is. But guys, thanks for watching. Out the Palace.